Hello.
Hey, good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. I'm always ready for another fantastic Thursday with commands and colors. I understand that you have a story for us tonight. And not just any story, but a story that takes place farther ahead in time than we have yet encountered in all of our scenarios thus far. So I'm excited to hear about it.
Right. As you know, and perhaps other viewers know, when we play these games, we're playing through each expansion. And as GMT released them, they created some additional scenarios that people could download for each expansion. So we've finished the official scenarios in expansion 2, and now we are looking at some of these alternate scenarios. Now, in the past, they have been like little side battles, little tangents, things that weren't adequately addressed in the actual campaigns. This one's a little different. This, as you said, leaps forward in time into the rule of Caesar Augustus after the Roman Civil War. And this deals with Rome's ambitions in Germania. This in itself almost feels like it should be its own expansion, but I can see that since they had the blocks for this battle, they decided to put this expansion, this mission out for people to play. And this is actually the first of two missions that are going to cover one battle. In the wake of the Roman Civil War, the winner of that war, Octavian, is named Augustus, and he effectively becomes the first Roman emperor in about 27 BC. And this ushers in the era of the Pax Romana, as Rome controls the Mediterranean world, and they start to expand their borders. Now, as we played through with Julius Caesar, he established the Roman border in Gaul at the Rhine. And during this time, Rome is building roads and Romanizing the area. One of Augustus's stepsons, Drusus, expands Roman control across the Rhine into Germania, eventually reaching the river Elbe in about 9 BC. However, on his way home, he falls and dies in a horse accident. So Augustus's other stepson, Tiberius, takes his place in Germania, and he wages a savage war against the tribes and claims to have subjugated all of the Germanic tribes between the Rhine and the Elbe by about 7 BC. But that really wasn't the case. One of the tribes that they had subjugated were the Cherusci tribe. And as we've seen in our past battles, the Romans were fond of taking hostages to ensure loyalty. So one of the chieftain's sons, Arminius, was taken to Rome as a hostage. While there, he served in the Roman military. He learned Latin. He became a Roman citizen. He was even made an equestrian, which in Roman society is the second property-based class, basically right below the senatorial class. So as far as the Romans concerned, he was almost one of them. Now, around 5 AD, after some political missteps, Tiberius returns to Germania to finish what he started in subjugating more tribes. At this point, Arminius returns to Germania, and his faction of his Cherusci tribe allies with these Roman conquerors. Just as Tiberius was marshaling his forces to launch a massive campaign of conquest, he and his armies are called away to deal with the Great Illyrian Revolt in 6 AD. Now, this is going to take place in that spit of land above Macedonia, which is now modern-day Bosnia. So Tiberius appoints Publius Quinilius Varus as the commander in Germania. Now, he's a pretty competent administrator, having proven his worth in Africa and Syria, but he really wasn't a commander or a general. So he leaned on his advisors, including Arminius, to help him rule. And for those first few years, he did okay. He becomes officially the legate of Germania in around 7 AD. Now, when Tiberius left, he took 8 of the 11 legions that were in Germania at the time. In those first few months of 9 AD, the Romans pretty much thought they had everything under control. They were moving freely about, unhindered in Germania. They were building roads. They were collecting taxes. But then they started to get some reports of skirmishes. And Roman patrols and workforces were being attacked in supposed friendly territory. Now, at first, this kind of seemed a bit random, but in reality, it wasn't. Arminius, using his position as both a Germanic prince and a Roman officer, had secretly been reaching out to the disaffected Germanic tribes and rallying them to fight back against the Romans. And in late 9 AD, this is when he decides to launch his offensive. At this point in time, Varus and his 3 legions are leaving from their summer camp in the northwest of Germany and traveling back towards the Rhine for the winter. And there they're approached by some locals claiming that there's a revolt to the west and they need to intercede to put it down. Arminius goes to Varus and goes, well, I'll go rally the auxilia from across Germania and meet you there. So Arminius leaves to go rally the forces. Now, he left some guides behind to help guide Varus through the countryside while he takes off to gather these forces. And of course, Arminius thinks nothing of this. Of course, the auxilia are scattered and it's going to take a little bit of time to gather them, but he could use the help. But of course, Arminius has no intention of helping him and is in fact gathering forces numbering about 20 to 30,000 men to attack the Romans.
Treachery.
Indeed. So on September 8th, in 9 AD, Varus's forces were led into a thick forest by Arminius's guides. Now, the treacherous countryside wound up stringing out the Roman forces and isolating many contingents. As they marched, they were attacked by Germanic tribes from both sides, and they were just pelted with stones and spears and arrows. And then the Germans melted away back into the forest, because this attack wasn't meant to really wipe them out. They couldn't. They didn't have the forces at the time. This was really just meant to hurt them, saddle them down with wounded and affect their morale. And at this point in time, the supposed guides also vanished. So Varus had no choice but to march forward. And then in the heavy rains, they made camp. And the next day decided to continue marching west. But they also decided, rather cruelly, to leave their wounded and their baggage train behind to make more time. The heavy rains saturated the countryside, making it pretty much a quagmire. And once again, the Roman forces were attacked. And I think that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing that second attack of the Roman lines. This, of course, does not go well for the Romans. And about 3 contingents of Roman forces will escape this battle and in a very haphazard fashion, flee towards the west before they can regroup in open ground and by a Roman road and make another camp, which is, I think, where we're going to pick up next week. But this whole area of time, this is probably one of, from what I can tell and what I've read, probably one of the more influential battles in ancient history. In fact, there's even an entire series on Netflix called The Barbarians that's dedicated to Arminius and his story and leads up to this fight. So this is kind of a big deal, and I'm really kind of surprised it's just relegated to a bonus battle or two and really not given its own expansion series in the game. So that's where we're set up for tonight. We will pick this up again next week to see how this battle concludes. And considering one of the names for this battle is Varus's Folly, it's not going to go well for the Romans.
No, I guess not. And I look forward to you forwarding all of your notes to me for next week, so I can avoid doing all.
Well, I stopped at the camp part.
Oh, boo! So.
But I could tell you the rest of this. I mean, like I said, this was a bit of a rabbit hole. These 3 legions are lost. Their eagles, their banners are lost, and that in itself has its own mythology around it. These lost eagles. So. Yeah,
there was a recent movie of that, as I recall, the Lost Eagle. I don't know if that's related to this, but certainly sounds like the same kind of mythology. Well, that was very interesting setup on the on the first part of this ambush, and as you said, we will continue it next week. I have got the War Council open, and for all for all of that, it is what we would consider a very straightforward conflict this evening. We've got a 6-banner battle, and I will be taking the Germanic tribes to start with Arminius as my leader. And I will get 5 command cards, and I will get to move first. Peter will take the Romans, also with Varus as his leader, but also getting 5 command cards. So we are equal on the leadership capability. And the only special rule tonight is that there is a Marius Legion, the Marius Legions, the red blocks that we've come to know so well. But this tonight is the first time that we have a brand spanking new piece of terrain that we've never encountered before, and to simulate the quagmire giggity of the sodden landscape from all the rains that the Romans were encountering. We have got behind the Roman line there, we've got a whole line of marsh hexes. And again, we've never encountered them prior to this, so tonight what we will do is I'll just run through it very quickly. With a marsh hex, all units must immediately stop when they enter, and they can move no further that turn. And since it's on the back row, this is obviously not going to be affecting forward progress, but you never know. Units that enter, retreat, or evade into that marsh hex must roll a die to see if anyone sinks into the quagmire. So they will roll a die for each marsh hex that they moved on to. If you roll the symbol of the unit that has entered the marsh hex, a block is lost for that unit, and units leaving a marsh hex can only move to an adjacent hex, so there's no actual movement. It's just all of your movement to get out. We don't have war machines tonight, so that's not a factor. Units that battle into or out of a marsh hex capped at 2 dice, so it's kind of like a affordable stream in that sense. You can, of course, modify that by the card play. And a unit that momentum advances onto a marsh hex does have to make that block loss check. So that is, we will try to keep that in mind for both of us tonight. And a unit can only momentum advance out of that marsh hex if they did not already move that turn. So you can have, if you just stay there and have battle, you could use that as your momentum to get out of the marsh for that turn. And units within the marsh only get a 1 die in range combat. So shooting in, you can shoot normally, or you get the 2 dice in, but range combat out of a marsh hex, you only get 1 die. And then, of course, it's on the back row, so we do not anticipate that it will block line of sight. And otherwise, we've got broken ground. Broken ground we've seen only affects mounted units. The foot units will not have any issues with that. You can certainly battle once you're in broken ground, except for the mounted. They cannot, they must stop when they enter it, and they cannot battle the same turn that they enter. And units battling into or out of broken ground are capped at 2 dice as well. And it also does not block line of sight. And we got some hills and some forests, so we've seen all of those before. So no need to go through those again. But this is going to be a slobber knocker, I suspect, because those Romans are in a very, very precarious situation, as you would expect based on that information you provided. So I will draw my cards up here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have them.
Hey.
All right. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Good luck to you as well.
So let us not, as we say, muck about tonight. Let's just do what they are going to do. This is an ambush after all. So I think we're going to go like that. Just get right into it. What do you say?
All right.
Let us do these warriors against your mounted medium cavalry there. Oh, very nice. Go ahead and use that first. Get it out of the way. Nicely done. So we get...
So this, you get to ignore that flag since you're warriors.
That's true. So we shall ignore that, and we'll give you 4 back in cold steel. 2 hits, and a retreat you can ignore, of course. Here is the leader check, and he is okay. So that was good. Let's do the warrior leader here against your lights. Do they want to risk the quagmire?
I'll
I'll
stand.
stand. Okay, so 4 dice with leader bonus. And we take 3 hits.
Yeah, I'll get that leader bonus
That's
hit.
nice.
Let's see if I take out that Germanic tribal leader. I do not.
All right.
So which block will you try and finish off?
Well, let's see if we can. Let's go for 2, maybe. Let's do. Well, that's an interesting thing. So you're more than likely going to retreat or evade. So, assuming that, let's go for command and control here. But, oh, they will evade. Okay, so 4 dice, looking for a triangle. And get a triangle. But sadly, do not get to advance. Here's the leader check. And leader falls. Varus has fallen!
Not yet. And not by your hand, apparently, in history.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it gets bad.
Alright, so that is all, since I cannot advance. Off to you.
All right, so I will draw my new card. Oh, that's useful.
So what did commandsandcolors.net say about this scenario? Did you see the numbers?
So something weird about this one, too. On my PC, when I go to the site, these aren't showing up, but they're showing up on my iPad.
Interesting, okay.
So,
Yeah, because
weird.
I only look at it on my iPad, so yeah, that's why I've not missed them.
It's pretty much all German the whole time. Let's see if I can change those fortunes a bit. With the line command, activate those 4 units in 4 dice against those warriors. 1 hit.
Okay. And they dance away back up the hill.
I will, as a leader, go ahead and invoke my. You're gonna get the charge too. Well, oop, poop. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do it. 4 dice against those guys. Ooh.
Wow.
Ignoring those flags.
Well, you can ignore 1 because they're at full strength. So the other 2 I gotta take. So 1, 2 for the first one, 3, and 4.
Well, that's not what I expected at all.
But you'll certainly not turn it down.
No, but so I guess these guys will just throw a spear.
Pelt away.
Hey! Boo!
All right. Do 3 in the center. Okay. Let's go with that. Start chopping down the tree. Hopefully no more first strikes. 4 dice, leader bonus. 2 hits. Here's the leader check. He's okay. 2
It's back.
2 hits. Okay.
Next time you'll have to retreat.
Do this one. Same target. 3 dice now with leader bonus. Nothing.
I'll ignore the flag with my leader present
Of course.
and retaliate.
And I will ignore it as well. So that changed things. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see if we can't finish this guy with 3 dice plus leader bonus. There we go. Here's the leader check. He's okay. Alright. So we'll stay there.
Four dice on those guys. Close. Four dice on those guys with the leader.
I got it.
Close again. Just barely. But he
Dan,
he
he
escapes.
escapes to join that one. He has words for them after their flight.
All right, so I have to advance if I want to attack with the leader, right?
That's right.
Four dice there.
Oof. Just like that, folks.
Yeah, but he's in a bad spot. Hope you have crappy cards.
We could do that.
That's not a crappy card.
As I only have 2 horsies, it does put them in a good spot.
But you can't. All right.
Alright. Let's start over here. What would those lights like?
Four dice, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to do it.
Okay. So, into the swamp with you. 4 dice. Looking for green circles. Oh.
Stayed. All right.
So. Oh.
No!
Alright. Then these guys up here go after your mediums there. Probably foolishly, but we got 4 dice, so 4 dice. Oh,
Man, oh man.
Alright, well. That,
You can advance and move and battle again. So you can, yeah.
we'll just advance there and battle again. Same target, 4 dice.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, so we do not get a second. So that is all.
Yes. Yeah.
You hit me with a spear, man.
All right. Cavalry going in first.
Okay.
3 dice. With leader support.
Get a hit. Alright, 3 dice back. Come on, banners. Come on, banners. Just 1.
All right. Medium's going after him.
Yeah, they'll evade this.
Yeah. That's why they were in second. All right. Let's see if we get some lucky here. Ah. Almost.
Almost. Two in the center. Come screaming up and over the hill.
Well, I only found out about that barbarian show while looking this up last night. So I haven't even checked it out yet. But supposedly it got 8 episodes and it ends with this fight.
Cool.
And just what the little bit I read about it, it almost comes across like the Germanic version of Spartacus. Apparently, it diverges wildly from the actual history.
But it's good TV.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to check it out.
All right, so we're gonna do 4 dice or 3 dice down the hill with our leader present onto your medium.
Mm.
We get a hit. Do we get a leader hit? No, half.
I'm taking the retreat.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Okay. So you took the retreat. Then I can advance again. We will attack again in force now with 4 dice plus leader bonus. Get 2 more hits.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think that one through, did I?
Here's the leader check again. He's okay.
But I mean, if I stayed,
Yeah, you were gonna get another 3. So,
all right.
but you get a smack back on me now. Yeah.
Ah, there you
There
go.
you go. 3 hits. Okay.
Arminius lives for now.
Yes. All right. Well, that's all for me.
Okay. Going uphill. Mm,
2 dice.
2 dice. With leader support.
Oof.
Stay. 4 dice against those warriors.
Okay. Got him.
Arminius
Falls
lives
back.
to tell the tale. I want to spear uphill. Hey!
Hey. Hooray.
I would have been so lucky.
Yep, cards are telling me something. I lost one,
Oof.
so I better use the other one. Oops. So activate this one. He will go 1, 2, 3 to there. He will attack.
All right.
So here's 4 dice. Get him. And here's 1 for the leader. He lives. Is that how far you want to move him?
Don't want to go into the quag. I gotta go into the quagmire.
Okay.
All right.
So I advance into there. I move 1. And I'm going to roll 2 dice into the quagmire and try to get a leader symbol. So here goes. And I get him. Stick him in the mud. Yeah, this is brutal. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that was obviously winning is the priority, but getting that 5th one was really that was gravy for me. If I can get that, then I can keep it close. But you had a fantastic Roman comeback on that for having opened up and just pushing you right up against it. That was great. I think that's with the hand of cards that I had, of course. I had multiple center cards right from the beginning with all those warriors just poised with a leader. Why not? Yeah, just
No, absolutely.
chuck some dice. Well, I guess we'll reserve our full thoughts until we've both played it. So let's take 5 minutes and we will reset. We're back.
Okay. Let's see how this massacre goes in round 2.
Let you draw your cards
I will
first.
start and draw my 5 cards first. Wow.
It's
I'm sorry.
all mounted charges. Okay, well, this is going to end poorly. Off you go. And good luck.
Good luck. I guess I'll do this.
Is that really necessary?
Not really.
Okay.
So one, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do that.
That is a prudent use of the double time card.
All right. 4 dice on those warriors. 2 hits.
And 4 dice back with leader bonus.
2 leader bonuses.
Yes.
Same unit. 4 dice. What does Varus want to do?
And Varus will stand.
Horses.
Okay.
Varus is fine.
Varus returns with 3 dice and leader bonus. Just a hit.
Right. Those guys attacking with leader bonus now against Varus.
What? Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. We'll take that. Take that. They will evade. So, evade, takes a hit. Into the swamp. Here's the die. He's okay.
Four dice on those dudes. They can evade, so I'm just gonna roll 4 dice. Oof.
But they can
Terrible.
they can give you 4 back.
But festive.
Yes. Hit and 1 retreat you must take. Do 2 on the right. Go after those lights.
I'll stand.
Okay. 3 dice. 1 hit. Okay. And then the auxilia here will throw at your auxilia. Just 1 die. Nothing.
Those 3. Warriors attacking with 4 dice. 1 hit and a retreat. Right, so the auxilia move 2, so they can't do anything. But the infantry move 2, but they can still attack. So they'll go after that auxilia. 1 die.
3 back.
Ooh, ouch.
Do a move, fire, move.
That's only light units, though, right?
Correct.
Yeah, light foot and mounted. I think before I tried playing that, thinking I could use it on my Marius ruled mediums, but nope.
Right.
Just the light units.
Alright, so we'll do these guys first against your warriors. They did not move. It's 1 die because I'm in a swamp. Right?
All swamp gas makes it hard to see.
Yep. Nothing? Okay. And then over here, 2 dice. Or 1 die because I moved. Nothing. And we get 1 die them because they moved. Nothing. And then these guys will get 2 at that one because they did not move. Nothing. Okay. I have proved yet again you will not win this on any kind of... Okay. Okay.
Hey.
I've wasted my life. I think I have a chance. Small chance.
So we'll start here. 5 dice against those lights.
Okay, they will evade.
Okay. Good evade. Okay. 4 dice against that auxilia. A retreat.
They're gonna evade into the swamp again.
Evade into the swamp. All right. 6 dice. Oof. Good evade.
Okay, so here's their check. And they're okay.
Five dice there.
So
2 hits and a retreat. 2 hits, and here is the leader check. You're good.
Okay, 4 back with leader.
Ooh.
2 hits and a retreat.
Hacking into the woods.
It's 2 dice, right?
Next 2 dice. And I guess the class of shields will make that 4.
Correct.
4 dice against those lights. What would they like to do?
I think they will. They'll take the opportunity to evade.
Okay. All right. Well,
We survived.
oh, it's double clicking. All right.
Let's do 3 on the right. Start here. 3 dice plus leader bonus. A hit.
3 dice in return. Ooh.
Okay, we can ignore 1. Take the other. The lights will not attack, but the mediums here will go after your lights. Okay, so 4 dice looking for green circles. Get 1. That is all. What is this? Bold leadership inspiring the front.
Indeed. So 3 dice with leader support now against those mediums.
Into the swamp. He's okay.
I'm rolling 1 dice into the swamp to try and get you now.
2 dice, I believe. It's like a fordable river. So you roll 2 dice to see if you get a leader symbol.
2 dice looking for a leader symbol. All right. 4 dice against those warriors. Oof. Rough.
Okay, 4 back with leader bonus. 2 hits.
3 dice. There is the leader check.
4 back. Leader. Hit retreat. I cannot get blanked here. I need something. So.
Old.
And spicy. Okay. Do.
There you go.
3 dice plus leader bonus against your warriors.
Oof. They will melt away into the woods.
Will not advance. Okay. Back to you.
Hey, look at that. I'm out to charge.
Well, of course.
Who would have thought I'd had that?
Who indeed?
All right. Those two. Man, my clicking is all off right now for some reason. I think we'll just stay there at the swamp edge and try and get your leader.
Oh, sure.
And they'll come down here. Attack those guys first. So, 4 dice against those mediums.
And there you have it. A shutout.
I think I just got lucky in my fight. I mean, this is so hard for the Romans.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the battle. It was a massacre.
Sure. Putting the wedge in the center is a great opening move.
And it's so easy to do when you have 4 warrior units there. So any move is going to get them into close combat in the first turn.
And it's soft units too. I mean, you've got the medium cavalry, you've got the light. So Varus is immediately in jeopardy, especially with the way you set it up with the leader being able to extend on either side to those warriors. So yeah, it's pain. The pain train is coming right down the hill against the Romans. So yeah, not at all. I mean, I just never got anything going. I've got 1, 2, 3 center cards right now where everything's already scattered, and I've lost a leader. I just drew a right card, which is what I was trying to press, and then I had another light troops, which was dwindling. You know, the capabilities of those. I was trying to sneak up that left side and go after your light, but well, not a lot.
But the game always gives me mounted charge cards.
Of course it does, because it knows it knows that you like to use them. Not a lot to say for me on this one. I mean, you just totally dominated that second game. So, props to you. You know, giving you a bunch of warriors is a very dangerous weapon. And the one where, of course, I gave you the medium cavalry where you surrounded. I sort of, as soon as I did it, I was like, you know what, this is probably not going to end well. But that's what you do. If you expose a weakness like that and get flanked.
And you have done that to me so often in the past.
Right.
So, yes, I learned from the best.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But,
I learned it from watching you.
oh, we Gen Xers. Well, I guess there's not much to say on this one unless you got any other final thoughts for it. I mean, it looks like it is meant to be a massacre on the Romans. Arminius is getting his own back. He truly sets up the trap and springs it. Anybody with any center cards, I think, is going to take advantage. And you using the double time that was unbelievable.
Next week, we'll conclude this massacre, and we go to September 9th.
That is going to be, I'm sure, just as painful. Our final score tonight here with this series is you got 11 because you had 5 in the first one and 6 in this one, and then I had 6. So 11-6. Completely blanked me in the second game. So unbelievable. Well done, sir. But we hope you've enjoyed this, and of course we are almost done. We're just a scant 3 or 4 scenarios away from finishing up this and moving on to the Roman civil wars, which will have wonderful. I think will be red blocks versus gray blocks all the time because it'll be Caesar versus Pompey versus yeah. So I'm looking forward to the intricacies of some of those scenarios that we will see. But these have certainly been a lot of fun. And of course, next week, seeing how Teutoburg is going to finish up here in 9 AD. So thank you for the games tonight, sir. Well done. And take a moment, everybody. Click that subscribe button if you've not yet. And we value your feedback, so use that comment section at your leisure. We like to hear your comments, and those of you who
And don't forget to like the video too, because it helps the YouTube algorithm bring these videos up for people who enjoy this sort of content.
That's right, and I do try to keep the tags pertinent to each one of these things, not only for historical searches when you're looking up things. I try to get this out there, but those of you who are following along, we really appreciate your support and all the wonderful comments. So keep them up, and until next time, have a good weekend, sir.
You too. Good night.
See you then.